233 runs required. That has to be close. Well, the umpire shakes his head. There was never a chance the umpire would give that out. Confident appeal. No response from the umpire. All I can say is that it looked very, very close.
Well, Richie, the angle of the delivery was taking the ball down the leg side. That was a good decision by the umpire under a lot of pressure.
Oh, big shout for that one. The umpire turned that one down, but it did look very close. Really, that was nothing more than a hopeful shout by the fielding team.
Well, Richie, that looked as if it was drifting down the leg side to me. Good decision by the umpire.
Oh, big shout for that one. No response from the umpire. It's a tough job being an umpire.
Australia will be looking to blast away from the start with fielding restrictions in place.
The required run rate has crept up to around 4.5 and over. That's cleared the rope. 6 runs. That nearly joined us up here in the commentary box.
Well, he really hit that a long way. Exciting stuff.
So they need 227 to win from winning 2 balls. That must be close. The umpire says not out. That really was a very close call.
Well, Richie, that was missing leg stump in my view. Not out and a good decision.
Played into the gap. That nearly joined us up here in the commentary box.
The bowler doesn't look too happy about it. There might be a little bit more in the next one.
2-1 runs required.
Australia will be looking to take full advantage of the early fielding restrictions by scoring some quick runs.
Waqar Younis to begin a new over. The run rate stands at just under 4.5 and over. Waqar Younis continues. That's gone high in the air. That's the first boundary for Gilchrist. That's straight up in the air and safe. Waqar Younis to bowl to Gilchrist. That must be close. The umpire raised his finger and he's out. Gilchrist is making his way back to the pavilion.
He'll probably have a close look at the replay of that when he gets back to the pavilion.
The next batsman is Ponting. Waqar Younis takes the first wicket of the innings. A long hop and punish. That's the first boundary for Ponting. 47 overs are left for Australia. Wasim Akram to begin a new over. The required run rate is around 4.5 and over. He's got it into the gap. Hayden moves into double figures with those runs. Wasim Akram to Ponting. Oh, that's a really superb shot. The crowd were brought to their feet by that shot.
Cracking shot. The secret there was that he got his feet into position early and had plenty of time to play the shot.
Stopped by Saklan Mushtaq. That's too short, and it's been dispatched before. That takes him into double figures. Pushed into the gap. That might be out. It is.
The fielder took full advantage of the hesitation by the batsman there.
Ponting goes for only 13. That over eased the pressure on the batting team. The new batsman won't have to face just yet. Now the run rate stands at just over 4 and over. That's straight up in the air. That came right off the middle of the bat.
Well, he just picked that right off his nose and smashed it over the boundary. Thrilling to watch.
Okay, Eunice to Hayden. There it goes. That was sheer power.
Well, he really hit that a long way. Exciting stuff.
For all the way. That's the first boundary for Hayden. I think he was easily back in the crease there. That's the end of the 5th over. Now the run rate stands at just over 4 and over. He looked as if he was home to me. That's gone high in the air. That's the first boundary for War. Oh, that's close. The umpire turned that one down, but it did look very close. The fielders were very confident about that one, but to no avail. War waiting at the striker's end. It's high in the air. He swept that away for 4 with great confidence.
That was a gift for the batsman.
Confident appeal. The umpire's not moving on that one. The bowler looks really disappointed. 44 overs are left in the innings. Waqar Younis to begin a new over. The required run rate is around 4 and over. There it goes. He's timing the ball perfectly today.
The bowlers really need to keep it tight at this stage of the match.
Waqar Younis at the start of his run-up. 6. Well, that was 6 as soon as he hit it.
Well, he really hit that a long way. Exciting stuff.
The score is now 2 for 64. Waqar Younis at the start of his run-up. There it goes. They were diving for cover in the stand there.
Well, he just picked that right off his nose and smashed it over the boundary. Thrilling to watch.
16 runs came from that over for Australia. Here comes the first change in the bowling. The required run rate is around 3.5 and over. It's high in the air. Shot. That is beautifully played. He's timing the ball perfectly today.
That was good batting. He picked his spot, didn't try to smash it, just stroked it through the gap.
2 for 75. Hayden is now facing. He's cleared the infield. 4 runs. It's been an excellent innings so far by Hayden. There's his half century. That's gone high in the air. This partnership is now 55. It's high in the air. He hit that with awesome power.
Great shot. That was a pleasure to see.
42 overs are left for Australia. Eunice to bowl to War. Now the run rate stands at just over 3 and over. That must be close. The umpire raised his finger and he's out. War has gone for 9. Bevan facing his first ball. It's straight at Mushtaq Ahmed. Eunice to Bevan. That's the first runs of the day for Bevan. That's straight up in the air. Hayden is looking to punish any short deliveries.
Lovely front foot shot. Head over the ball, wrists in front of the bat as he played through the line.
Hayden is now facing. That's straight up in the air. Fantastic work from Mushtaq Ahmed.
It took an age to come down. The batsman really skied that one.
Hayden is making his way back to the pavilion. That was a fine innings from Hayden.
He batted really well out there and provided a vital contribution to the total.
That's the first runs of the day for Simons. Batsmen are coming back for 2. 41 overs are left in the innings. Saqlain Mushtaq to begin a new over. Now the run rate stands at just over 3 and over. It's straight at Shahid Afridi. Australia are 4 for 97. Saqlain Mushtaq at the start of his run-up. That's the end of the 10th over. Eunice to begin a new over. The required run rate is looking more and more out of reach here. That must be close. umpire says not out. It's a tough job being an umpire. AUS is back in the attack. That's straight up in the air. That's the first boundary for Simon. AUS is back in the attack. Big shout for that one. He's out. Simons goes for only 6. Lehman facing his first ball. Oh, that's close. The umpire's not moving on that one. Oh, I felt that that wasn't out. Spot on, line and length. 39 overs are left in the innings. The run rate stands at just under 3 and over. Over pitched and crashed away. That's the first boundary for Bevan. That's gone high in the air. Bevan really takes advantage of anything over pitch.
He picked that up nicely, and it's got him 4.
The score is now 5 for 109. Sacklin Mushtaq is back in the attack. Confident appeal. The umpire raised his finger and he's out. Bevan has gone for 9. Hit straight to a fielder. 38 overs are left in the innings. AUS to begin a new over. The run rate stands at just under 3 and over. It's high in the air. That's the first boundary for Lehman. Oh, that's close. Well, the umpire shakes his head. The fielders were very confident about that one, but to no avail. Pushed into the gap. Six, now 4 and 1 4. AUS to bowl to Warren. The run rate stands at just under 3 and over. There it goes, right out of the ground. That nearly joined us up here in the commentary box.
It doesn't really matter if it goes in the air if you hit it that far.
Lehman is now facing. Sacklin Mushtaq continues. That's gone high in the air. That really was a classic cover drive.
Lovely shot. It raced away to the fence for 4.
Super bowling there, it might just have done too much. That's in the stands. 6 runs. Really struck that well.
That was a super shot. I really didn't think it was too bad a ball.
16 runs came from that over by Saklan Mushtaq. Pakistan are about to make a change in the bowling. The required run rate is around 2.5 and over. There it goes. That's the first boundary for Vaughan. Wasim Akram to Vaughan. That's a big appeal. And the umpire's given it. Vaughan goes for only 4.
Well, they're through to the tail now and should tie up the innings quickly.
Lee is the next man in. Wasim Akram gets his first wicket. Australia are 7 down now for 134. That's the first runs of the day for Lee. So they need 98 to win from 213 balls. Wasim Akram continues. Hit straight to a fielder. Lehman has now moved into the 20s. That's the end of the 15th over. Saklan Mushtaq to continue with his off-spin. The required run rate is around 2.5 and over. It's in the air. That's a real textbook shot.
The bowler put that right in his favourite area.
The total is now 7 for 140. Saklan Mushtaq continues. That's gone high in the air. Lehman absolutely smashed that for 6.
That was a super shot. I really didn't think it was too bad a ball.
Lehman is now facing. A nice shot, but it won't make it to the boundary. It's straight at Syed Anwar. There it goes. That's the first boundary for Lee. 34 overs are left in the innings. Wasim Akram to begin a new over. The required run rate looks a fairly comfortable 2 and over. Not timed perfectly, but they get some runs anyway. Salim Alahi reaches it before it crosses the boundary. It's high in the air. That's gone high in the air. Crowd were brought to their feet by that shot.
That was a really good shot. He looks in top form out there.
Wasim Akram to Lee. That's straight up in the air. That takes him into double figures. 11 runs came from that over by Wasim Akram. We're about to have a change of bowling with the leg spin of Mushtaq Ahmed. The required run rate looks a fairly comfortable 2 and over. Over-pitched and 4. Wasn't a very good delivery.
Well, he got everything right there. Footwork, hands, kept his head down, kept the ball on the ground. Nothing better than that.
Well played, but the fielder will cut that one off. Lee is now facing. Oh, that's close. No response from the umpire. The umpire didn't have to think too hard about that one. Hit straight at Saqlain Mushtaq. Wasim Akram to begin a new over. The required run rate looks a fairly comfortable 2 and over. And the batsman didn't look at all comfortable there. Wasim Akram is back in the attack. He didn't quite get hold of that one properly. That's gone high in the air. Well, that was 6 as soon as he hit it.
What an effortless shot. Brilliant.
There it goes. Oh, he's dropped it. Lee has now moved into the 20s. Wasim Akram continues. Out, bowled. That was a beautiful delivery.
Too late now. It went straight through the gate.
Lehman has gone for 42. That was a useful innings by Lehman. Gillespie takes guard. Stopped by Abdur Razak. That over eased the pressure on the batting team. Mushtaq Ahmed to bowl his leg spin. The required run rate looks a fairly comfortable 1.5 and over. Oh, and he's bowled him. It's always a great sight for the bowler to see the batsman stump out of the ground.
He seemed to completely misjudge the delivery and ended up playing all around it.
Lee goes for 20. McGrath awaits his first ball. Mushtaq Ahmed to McGrath. McGrath is now facing. He was beaten all ends up by that one. That's the end of the 20th over. The new batsman won't have to face just yet. The required run rate is looking more and more out of reach here. That's the first runs of the day for Gillespie. Wasim Akram at the start of his run-up. Wasim Akram at the start of his run-up. Spot on, line and length. McGrath facing. That's gone high in the air. He smashed that a long way.
What an effortless shot. Brilliant.
It's straight at side and wide. 29 overs are left for Australia. The new batsmen won't face for the time being. The required run rate looks a fairly comfortable 1.5 and over. It's high in the air. Mushtaq Ahmed to McGrath. Oh, that's a really superb shot. That takes him into double figures. Mushtaq Ahmed continues. McGrath is now on strike. McGrath takes his place at the crease. The required run rate looks a fairly comfortable 1.5 and over. That's cleared the rope. 6 runs. They were diving for cover with that one.
It doesn't really matter if it goes in the air if you hit it that far.
Out. No. Dropped. Wasim Akram at the start of his run-up. Steered expertly into the gap. Collected by Insamam ul Haq. Wasim Akram at the start of his run-up. The new batsman won't have to face just yet. The required run rate looks a fairly comfortable 1 and over. The batsman will have to run these. The batsmen are coming back for a second. He's struggling to get back here. Well played, but the fielder will cut that one off. McGrath has moved into the 20s and is starting to look far more relaxed. It's in the air.
That's a demoralising sight for any bowler, seeing the ball sail over the fence.
Mushtaq Ahmed to McGrath. So there was 11 off that over. The required run rate looks a fairly comfortable 1 and over. tucked off his legs. That's straight up in the air. That was 6 all the way.
Another one of those, and this bowler could be out of the attack.
That's the halfway mark. 25 overs. The required run rate looks a fairly comfortable 1 and over. Pitch straight to a fielder. He's worked that into the gap. He's worked that into the gap. Mushtaq Ahmed to bowl to McGrath. He's taken the aerial route there. 4 runs. He found the gap with precision.
He played that shot to perfection.
McGrath is now facing. Mushtaq Ahmed continues. Flicked off his legs. Overs are left for Australia. McGrath takes guard. The required run rate looks a fairly comfortable 1 and over. He didn't quite get hold of that one properly. McGrath is now facing. Wasim Akram at the start of his run-up. The batsman will have to run these. Gillespie waiting at the striker's end. He just managed to avoid that one. Wasim Akram to bowl to Gillespie. Overs are left in the innings. The required run rate looks a fairly comfortable 1 and over. It's in the air. Mushtaq Ahmed only overpitched very slightly, but it was punished.
Everything was in the right place there. It barely raced away to the boundary.
If he runs here, Mushtaq Ahmed to Gillespie. Well played, but the fielder will cut that one off. Collected by Wasim Akram. He's worked that into the gap. Eight runs came from that over by Mushtaq Ahmed. There's a change in the bowling for Pakistan. The required run rate looks a fairly comfortable 1 and over. Hit straight at Salim Alahi. Gillespie waiting at the striker's end. Waqar Yunus to bowl to Gillespie. Well played, but the fielder will cut that one off. Gillespie moves into double figures with those runs. The new batsmen won't face for the time being. The required run rate looks a fairly comfortable 1 and over. Mushtaq Ahmed to Gillespie. A nice shot, but it won't make it to the boundary. So to sum up then, Australia win by 1 wicket.